Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Come on in. Welcome to the channel. I'm just doing a little cleansing of my energy. This space, yours if you want to receive it. A little Palo Santo. I bless you all with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure love and grace. Welcome. I hope you're doing well today. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and this is our morning messages. So these messages are meant to be a little bit more heart-honoring, inspirational, beginning to our day. We often don't receive enough of that, do we? And it really does help set the tone. I love to pull a few cards for myself in the morning. It helps me just take a few moments to reflect, introspect, work through some stuff that I might be struggling with, etc. Kind of just gives that extra pep in our step, right? We just entered into Pisces season, so it's a great time to heal, especially the emotions, the difficult things that come up through our dreams, things that are being triggered around us in our environment, through interactions we have, people, places, things, etc. So, my heart is that this message will help you in whatever way is highest and best. These are collective readings. They're going to be very general. If it doesn't resonate, then don't worry about it. It's not meant for you, you know? Ask Spirit for another message. They're all around. Spirit, spirit world, universe, God, however you understand it, is constantly speaking to us. Sometimes we just have to ask. Sometimes we just have to open up our eyes, right? All right. Let's look and see what the highest and best energy is for us today. Fear. Okay. Yeah. So I think the downside to Pisces season is it does provoke a lot of our fears. The places that maybe we believe the worst. I love these cards. It's so powerful, that energy. Shining light onto what those things are for you. Like I said, the places that are anxiety, our fear, our disbelief, our lack of worth and value really gets the best of us. It's not true, you know? And I know this is so simplistic, but it is really just about flipping the way we're seeing it, flipping the script in our mind. That's really where the work is. We get so used to putting ourselves down or judging, shaming, guilt tripping, you know, that we often don't see our beauty, our light, our power, that we are amazing souls. And we have so much to offer the world, right? Ooh, as I pulled this up, it was 333 on the video, guys, which is awesome. Heaven on earth. I love this value of really just being cognizant of the world that we're creating around us. You know, we have that power. We have that control. And again, it might seem a little rose-colored glasses because the world, life is so messy. It can be really challenging and exhausting and defeating. But we really, at the end of the day, we have that power and control out how we handle ourselves, how we show up, the way we show up to others, what makes us feel strong, alive, like we're gonna thrive, yeah. And it is so coming back into that value of love. And this is gonna be a cheeseball moment of mine, but love is really at the root of everything. It allows growth and evolution, you know, through the harder circumstances and situations. I often think of like vegetation, plant life, you know, the extreme weather conditions that they go through in order to thrive. And it is because of that love, right? Love is what allows us to empower ourselves, to empower others, to let our light shine. It helps us see things from that space of pure consciousness. Pure conscious meaning full awareness, full understanding of all the beauty, all the layers of life, that it's not just this like one flat, superficial perspective. Because that is actually where fear comes into play, right? When we have limited thinking, it's fragmented, considered fragmented consciousness. And that broken consciousness actually puts us in a state of fear, limitation. King of Swords energy definitely can be fearful. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's nervous, afraid about a situation. Maybe you're feeling that right now. The King of Swords is incredibly analytical. So he's looking at things from the rational perspective. And sometimes when we do that, it can be very invoking to that fear, because we forget the multi-dimensional layers of life, you know. If we're working at something from our own success, our own victory, I feel like this is a lot about empowering. I'm going to keep these messages more towards ourselves and less about other people or people we might be dealing with in our environment. Just to Ten of Pentacles, the house, the home, really needing to focus on what's best overall. And I do like that King of Swords energy because it allows us to be diplomatic with how we're approaching different things. But just make sure it's not going overboard to let the mental tapes keep playing, repeating themselves over and over and over again. There is victory here. Sometimes we just have to have the courage and the strength to step into that power, knowing that that abundance is there for us, waiting for us. But we have to know our strength too, right? We have to know that we can step up, that we can climb that mountain, no matter how scary it might seem. Even if we're not getting the answer or the response that we want, there still is that element of gratification, of love that comes through. But this Temperance confirms that fear card. Too much living in the emotional world. Maybe you're just feeling really sensitive, having a lot of dreams, you know, feeling the feels. That's very typical in Pisces season because it is such a watery sign. I think it's like one of the most. And what do I mean by that? It just like heightens our feeling, our sensation, that more finite value of understanding. I think sometimes we need to reflect back on where we've come and the accomplishments and the goals that we have achieved, instead of what's not where we want it to be at. That's part of the healing. That's part of the path, the journey. I feel like we can often intuit what we want long term, but we still have to take those steps to get there. And sometimes there's parts of the path that we don't necessarily see. And, you know, the only way we do is, you know, moving along the path, so to speak. Yeah, I love that. The Chariot is our empowerment. It's our strength. Maybe what we're going through is making it really hard and emotional and making it easy to look at all the things that have gone wrong. But again, that value of flipping the script, of recognizing that well, yeah, maybe things aren't exactly where we want them to be, but they're getting there. And that, you know, we can choose, where do we put our energy? Are we going to focus on what's not working? Or are we going to actually like pay attention to the stuff that we have done? When we do that, it helps us become a lot more creative with our solutions moving forward in places that we might not see. Yeah, we're not seeing, like, it's limitation to yourself. 8 of Swords is when you're essentially entrapping yourself into a certain thought, belief pattern. The amazing thing about us as human beings is we have so much creative potential, and we really just have to tap into that no matter where we're at. There's always a way to overcome and move through. Don't be too hard on yourself, though, is what I'm hearing, especially with this Emperor energy. It's masculine energy. You might be getting resistance from someone, outside things. Places maybe that you hoped people would be a little bit more open, loving, caring, understanding. I feel like there is a block. It's not, I feel like it's all playing off of each other, like that domino effect, right? Resistance from the outside, it's creating that fear, that restriction on the inside, on the mental, the emotional. Not really seeing things 100% clearly because it's not really being communicated. Yeah, so we have the King of Wands. So we have 2 fire signs. There might be a little bit of a battle between 2 people. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. If you guys are interested. I like the signs, you know. Oh, and there's the King of Wands. Okay, so there's, I mean, I'm gonna talk about this because it was the Emperor, King, and Queen of Wands that popped up. So there is some discord, there is some frustration between a group of individuals where it's actually harming the progress, is what I'm hearing. And it's not because things can't be handled or managed or worked out. Like I was talking about, that resistance is getting confirmed. That's probably why it's kind of messing with you a little bit, making you feel emotional. You're doing your best to, you know, be in a space of power, strength, courage, bravery. But it's hard when you're not getting or seeing that support firsthand. I'm just going to pull a few more on this situation. Is there anything specific we need to know about it? Okay. Ooh, the Empress. I love her. She came up yesterday. I actually did a video before this too, and it just didn't work out. So, and she came up in that one. But I feel like this is really pushing for you to step up into that power. I think a lot of times it's that concept of the lotus. It needs the dirt, the muck in order to grow and to bloom into something so radiant. Like lotus flowers are gorgeous, you know? And I feel like all of what you're going through, it's forcing, it's purging the fear, right? It's purging, it's letting go of the fear, what doesn't serve, what's not true. Allowing you to create this heaven on earth in your life. That is accessible to all of us. And it comes through this love, right? The complete embodiment of, you know, just the core root of what makes us thrive. It's such a different vibe when someone is supportive and loving and empowering, using nice words. You get a total different result. That message has been coming along my path a lot lately. Like, you get a complete result versus putting someone down, you know. There's inspiration, that creative inspiration I was talking about. It's coming forward. So even if this situation is hard, provoking a lot of emotions, things are going to transition and get better. There's the ability to be a little bit more diplomatic, to make your choices accordingly. It is going to take time, contemplation. It's not completely over. It's part of the process. It's part of your rebirth, connecting more authentically with who you are, right? What is heart honoring? Because we have to love ourselves too. We have to love ourselves first in order to be able to receive love, to give love, to live in that vibration of love. Present moment, so remaining present. That helps curb that fear and not going too far forward or back. Dealing with what's in front of you, right? Everything has its natural cycles of evolution. Nothing's set in stone. You have to it's a little bit of a domino effect, right? Recognizing that things are going to be ending, but there's also that rebirth. When a cycle ends, it is a perfect opportunity to step in that power, to show up a little bit more in a way that's heart honoring for you, that makes you thrive, that really embodies that Empress energy. Where did she go? Here she is. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this message. I'm sending so much love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. Thank you so much for the love and support. It totally blesses my heart. Lots of love. Have a beautiful day.